Up towards the wing, Slevison, he's getting vertigo, he's too far away from the goal line as Malloy kicks that ball inside 50 and the mark taken there by David Taylor. Take a big kick to get a goal here, there's no one back in the square. Kick short there, Tiley had to bend down to get it, couldn't do so. A handball away by Luke Watson, went nowhere in particular. And Stacks on the mill, we'll see a ball up 30 metres away from the Waverley Blues goal.
Yeah, I think the Basin have definitely kept them in the game with the way they're kicking a goal. You know, could have probably been up by 5-6 goals by now, but time will tell.
19 points the difference. The Waverley Blues keen to get a bit of momentum with a goal this close to the half-time break. As Hayhurst got the ball over towards Anderson, his kick on the wing. Van Hatten there tried to get the mark, but couldn't reach. Again. But the upfield free kick will be to the advantage of the Basin. Just a bit of
frustration.
Frustration, just unaccountable football. As we see Cameron Gillette kick that ball in towards centre field. 1-on-1 contest, man in front, couldn't hold the mark, Willie Donovan. And that is half-time here at East Burwood Reserve in the Division 4 Grand Final. The Waverley Blues have a little bit of work to do. They're 19 points behind the Basin, who are 8-10-58 to the Waverley Blues, 6-3-39. So we're almost set for a start for the second half in this Division 4 Senior Grand Final. The Premiership quarter awaits, and the hardest thing to do is try and predict the pattern of play, but our special comments man's going to try and do so. Dean Warren.
Yeah, I think that the Waverley Blues definitely need to open up in the second half and get a lot of run and play, switch of play, and a lot fitter side, so I expect them to come home pretty well.
So we're almost set for a start here as umpire Gall sets along the little line there and plonks the ball into the turf. The Basin trying to get the first possession away, dispossessed. Lee Cook is there to backtrack for his teammate. And the Waverley Blues now working away through Travis Marnie. Gets the ball up towards half forward. 2-on-1 contest. The Blues lead the race. Lewis paddled, Paul Savage it is, paddled on to his teammate and Lewis. But it's 1-on-3 now and there's a lot of trouble for that player. As Adam Watson is just wrapped up and we'll see a ball up. The Waverley Blues kicking to the right of screen. The Highbury Road end of the ground as Matthew Watts kicks that ball up. Play on from touch off the boot. Lewis pops the ball up in the air over towards his teammate and John Heinsohn. Chain of handballs. Player went without the ball and the Basin were able to clear out towards the outer side. Michael Oxley leading in the race of the ball. It's overrun everyone. The Basin have the numbers. Oxley is around and about, but the ball has gone over the line and out of bounds, just beating Bradley Skirky there.
Yeah, notice that Gillette's gone back to the back line this quarter.
Spot on, Dean Warren. With the wind, and he'll go forward. Without it, he'll be back.
Very slight breeze now. We've noticed the flags on the scoreboard are pretty much droopy. Not much air in them. As the ball heads up towards the forward line, player nudged out, umpire spots it, and it'll be a free kick to the Basin. Mark Commons, a player with the ball at the moment, looks around. He has very little in the offering. He's called for the players in the centre to come forward, but a bit of a decoy. Gone out towards the outer side, leading in the race. Mark Thomas, he's taken the mark. Advantage paid on, and leading in the race for the ball this time is Rawlick. The ball's just moving at a frantic pace as it heads over the line and out of bounds on the outer side, half-forward flank for the Waverley Blues. And they trail the Basin by 19 points, 58-39 at the 2-minute mark of this third term.
First goal, all important for either team. Of course, the Blues certainly wouldn't want the Basin to get it. And that's a good way not to as they clear forward to centre half forward. Good contest. Commons gets the punch away. Now the footy's loose, trying to pick it up. Watson in there, now the Blues going forward again for Tiley, just got the punch away. Slevison leads in the race for the footy. Over the top of it now, sliding in is Haslam, and umpire Cameron will ball it up. Umpires David Cameron, Alistair Gall officiating in this Division 4 Grand Final 2005. Taken by Donovan, had a magnificent first half for the Bears. So did Anderson. He went without it. Went back in and we will have a boundary throw-in again. Gain 20. No, free kick on the full. Well done, Dean. Well spotted. Kick comes in. Good pass. Levinson couldn't quite hold on. over the
He's
top.
got a free kick.
Got him in the back, and Sleverson has it. 40 metres out.
Really needs to kick this one just to get the momentum up. If they can get that, they'll kick a couple of goals in a row, I'd say.
Well, Andrew Sleverson, he's going for goal 99 for the season. He kicked 3 all in the second quarter.
1 in the first, 2 in the second.
Really sparked them in that second quarter. And he can spark them again here. Andrew Sleverson approaches, rarely lets them down, and hasn't on this occasion. He has 99 for the year, 4 for today. And the Waverley Blues bring it back to 13 points.
Yeah, just to start, I think Waverley Blues needed, you know, with the centre clearances in the last quarter, it was 9-7. I think they need to get on top this quarter to really bring it home, premiership quarter.
As we so often hear, it is coined from the Hawthorn teams, the premiership quarter. They move on now to 6-7-3-45, trailing at the Basin 8-10-58.
Margin 13 points as the ball's banged into the turf. Van Haddam gets a knockout away from Calishaw. Waverley Blues engine starts to purr as Taylor gets the ball towards the outer side of the ground. Race for the ball, 2-on-1, but the Basin are able to get the advantage out on the outer side. Doing well. A chip kick there by Mark Thomas. Doesn't go the required 15 metres, and Hayhurst is there to mop up and belt the ball towards home. Mitchell at the back, out positioned. Scramble for the ball. A kick out of the pack has gone out of bounds on the full. A penalty free kick to be taken by the Waverley Blues. Missed opportunity again for the Basin.
It is, and they haven't started as quick and as intense as they were in that first half, and they need something from some of their experienced players to get them on the board.
I think the Waverley Blues have definitely been told to lift their work rate up a fair bit, I thought, at half time.
Blues go towards centre half back, the target in John Hinson, and he's got the ball. Watts moves the ball on there, starting to get things rolling along as the mark has been taken by Paul Savage. Gets the ball in board towards Travis Marnie, up towards half forward. But equal to the task there in taking the mark is Adam Watson. He's done pretty well in the half-back line there today. The kick up towards Calishaw, 2-on-1 contest. At the back there, Savage kicks the ball, nearly went for the runner instead of the player, but Watts is there, steers it in towards home. No one can get the mark as Commons is there, leading in the race with the ball outnumbered. Some good work in there for the Bears, and now they've got a chance. The ball actually goes over the head of Skirky. Some paddling on. Umpire spots it, and it'll go the way of the Basin. Advantage is paid as Hayhurst gets the ball out towards Donovan. Good mark there under a bit of pressure. And Willie Donovan, who's yet to trouble the scorers today, will have a shot from about 45 to 50 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
Well, is it me, Dean, or was the crowd just subdued and all of a sudden they're just amazed? Can't believe it started.
Yeah, I think that the crowd's really getting involved now, and they will get involved a lot in the last quarter as well.
Especially when someone scores a goal. As Donovan fires for the goals, it's off to the right-hand side and eventually pushed over the line and through for one behind. So the Basin now 8-11-59 to the Waverley Blues 7-3-45 at the 7-minute mark of this third term.
Greg Heinsohn brings the Blues back into play, goes out towards Savage. It's Paul. Had a great start to this third quarter. Marks strongly in front of his face. Savage goes into the corridor, trying to set something up for his team. They trail by 13 points. Here's a go, Swainston over the top to Marnie Glenn.
Right
kick in and finding a player.
Sleverson's got it.
Sleverson will go for goal 100, goal 5 today. And the Waverley Blues crowd now, they find some voice and say, come on.
We don't talk too much about milestones, personal milestones, but this could be something that helps spur the side on. A goal here would bring them within 8 points, and just the momentum shift might go their way.
Slevenson for goal 100. What an effort
Great
for the season. He's put it through. 5 for Slevenson. The Blues trail by just 8 points, and he has 100 goals for the season. Magnificent effort.
You know, in 14 games, isn't it? 14 games. It's unbelievable.
So 7 goals a game.
Not bad, not bad. Get a game in any football club in the world, if you AFL football club in the world, if you can offer 7 goals a game.
Guaranteed, yes.
He can go and play for the Crows tonight.
Yeah, I think he's earned his money today. He's got 5 already and it's halfway through, only 10-minute mark of the third quarter, so he could end up with a great big bag here.
He's got the personal milestone now. He'd be aiming for the team 1 as they're now within 8 points, the Waverley Blues. The Basin leading 8-11 to 8-3, so the scoreboard tells the story for you. As umpire Gall puts the ball into the turf. Van Haddam, tireless work and knocked the ball out, but to no one's advantage. And we'll see a secondary ball up.
Yeah, work rate of Waverley Blues has lifted 100% from the last 2 quarters.
So we're approaching the 9-minute mark of this third term. Time flies, but it's all been to the advantage of the Waverley Blues at the moment as they've put on 2 goals to 1 behind in that time period. The Basin now has some numbers as Killian ducks, dodges and ends up turning around on the left boot, kicks a ball that's not very effective. Hayhurst lands a beautiful tackle. Not a chance in the world for that Waverley Blues player in Casey. And we'll see a ball up on the wing. No sort of definitive situation yet. Both sides still not letting the other one out of their reach. Knockout there. You see the Waverley Blues get the ball away again this time. John Heinsohn up towards the half-forward area. But the Basin equal the task. Oh, well stolen by John Heinsohn. He's had a pretty good game so far today. There's a ball, really confrontational stuff. The ball just seems to duck and dodge out of each other's possession. As the ball now up towards the half-forward line for the Basin. And the ball extricates itself from that pair and it goes over the line and out of bounds. At the 10-minute mark of this third term, it's the Waverley Blues trailing by 8 points. The Basin 59, the Blues are 51.
Yeah, it's the kind of game where you expect a grand final to be close, and it's just good to be a part of a close game and a grand final. I think it's very good for the Eastern Football League.
No doubt, we've had some one-sided ones of late in Division 4. Well, certainly not last season when Basin was in another classic game against Heathmont, and that might put them in a good spot later on in this game if it stays close. But the 2 before that, Roval and Nunawading, certainly were whitewashes, and many believe that the Waverley Blues were going to do it this year. Hasn't been the case, and it's certainly not the case today. The Basin need one as Hayhurst gets a kick forward to Mitchell. Can't take the mark. Ball spills loose. Anderson back onto his right boot. Didn't get it good. Mitchell goes again and takes a good diving mark. No, says umpire Gall, play on. Didn't go long enough. Good umpiring.
Yeah, it skirted the 15 metres. It just looked a little shy of the required distance, but you know, we're talking about blowouts in previous seasons. I think the Basin will draw on the fact that they had an 8-point result last year that they lost. They wouldn't want to go through that again. That'll be their inspiration.
Mitchell wins the tap, but it's sharked by Heinz and Greg. Savage takes the mark. That's Paul. Burton held on, and he said, well, Paul Savage was trying to run away. Savage kicks now. He'll have to have another go at it.
It had to be done, though. We really had no one up there further downfield to cut things off, and he just had to make sure the player didn't get the slip on him.
And he's been doing it. He's been playing on at all costs at the start of this third quarter and generally throughout the game. And Burton, if he has the job on him, is really going to have to tighten up because Paul Savage is looking like a very important player. Crashing through Lewis. Did he get a free kick? No. Ball it up. Centre half forward for the Blues. Coming with a full steam.
It's just one of those perfect tackles. No prior opportunity. Neither player gets a reward for the effort.
Bursting their way out. Here's a go now. Going long. Watts. And he's offline. And one behind us now, 7 points, 8-4-52. Waverley Blues trailing the Basin, 8-11-59. That was actually Thomas. No?
47.
Yeah, but that's for the Blues.
Yes, you're right. Sorry about that.
12 and a half minutes gone in the third quarter in a classic game.
It's got us all confused at the moment, but there's nothing to do with the on-field stuff as the ball comes out. A big long one towards the edge of the centre square. At the back of the pack, Matthew James sends it long out towards the outer side, half-forward flank. Leading in the race, David Taylor. Jinxon. Eventually the ball's gone over the line and out of bounds just before Bo Rollick could gain some advantage out of it, but still seesawing this contest. Single-digit margin. Who's going to be the side to gain the advantage and break away in this contest? Or will we be looking at a draw and extra time? As the ball goes up towards half forward, leading in the contest there was Ball, but he was outpointed in that contest. The Blues in numbers run around and make the switch up towards centre field. John Heinsohn's there, turns around and belts the ball up towards inside 50. No one could hold the mark. Players are desperate for the ball. There's no way that ball is going to come out. The umpire agrees, and we shall see a ball up about 35 metres away from the Waverley Blue goal.
Yeah, that's where the Waverley Blues are very dangerous. They do a quick break from the back line, bring it out wide and go forward.
Nearly halfway through this term as a kick out from the ruck contest, quick indeed. But in the end, there's no player from the Blues in sight as the mark was taken by Cook, whose kick has been deflected over the line and out of bounds. We're almost halfway through this third term in the Division 4 Senior Grand Final. The Basin lead by 7 points, 8-11-59 to the Waverley Blues, 8-4-52.
Centre wing, and it wasn't a good spot before, Dean. It was telepathy from the two brothers. Greg Heinsohn just knew where John was from all the kicking in the backyard.
I think so, mate.
It was they covered the ground well, and they're going to have to make sure there's another crummer down there for the Basin when Mitchell goes for those contests, because Greg Heinsohn's mopped it up twice now.
Yeah, as we said earlier, with the shots that the Basin have had a goal being 8-11, you know, conversion rate's not good, so time will tell with that as well.
It's just those 7 points that they lead by now, the behinds. Ooh. This is not a bad build-up. James, it'll get cut off though. Timely hand. Basin still going forward, and over the boundary line, they gained at 20 metres. Just to the left of the scoreboard, which sees the Basin leading by just 7 points. And they get the next one and try to swing momentum back their way. Already played 15 minutes of this third quarter. It's an intense game, intense arm wrestles both sides. Donovan, handballs out to Heinsohn. Greg, long right boot, wants Swainston. Gillette going back with the flight, gathers it well. Left boot, uses Thomas on his chest. He's got a good switch. Where does he go now? Up towards the half forward line. Good contest. Handball over the top from Oxley. Another one to Cowley Shaw. Here's a go with Cook on the left boot to Mitchell. That is a great pass. That is a wonderful pass. He could have gone for it, but he just did the snap and kept it low.
He's clever. He's a left footer, and you can see just as he went to kick the ball, he sort of lost control in his hand, but he had the smarts to kick it low at the Mitchell's stomach. Perfect result. Let's see if the kick is perfect too.
Yeah, I think since Savage has gone on to Mitchell, I think just with the body work, he's done a pretty good job. It'll just be a bit of a disappointment on his behalf. You know, he didn't probably expect that ball to go there. Such a short kick.
Great call, Dean. That's right, and you can do nothing about that if you've got a metre on your opponent and it goes that low. But Mitchell must finish.
Oh, he's just kicked it.
And Mitchell's just squeezed it in for number 5. Number 5, and the Basin have 9. 9-11-65. Leading Waverley Blues 8-4-52.
Yeah, with the Basin, I think it's good that they've got another goal, because as soon as Waverley Blues, if they do get in front, they're a front-running side. Once they get in front, they really will smash her, and they'll just put on goal after goal, and it was very good then.
I reckon Cameron Gillette would have said that too. Don't worry about a comeback, boys. We just don't save it then and then start running. Run so that they don't get in front.
Interesting here, both sides have got a reliance on a focal point. Both sides' major leading goal kicker has 5 and the rest are singles. As the ball is out on the outer side of the ground, Cook is there and lends support for Donovan. Turns around, he's got the ball in towards Anderson. He's had a stellar game today. Bit quieter in this term as his kick up towards the forward line. And a good mark taken by Matthew James, who's kicked 1-1 for the afternoon. Kicks from 50. Up towards the goal square, Mitchell. There's a lot of contest in the square, and it was illegal because Mitchell out-muscled his opponent before the ball was in range, and a free kick for the Blues. Straight down the middle and a big play. Great mark for the Blues. Taken there by Malloy. He moves the ball on. Another frantic contest ensues. Watson will not die wondering, trying to get the ball out of the pack, and we'll see a ball up.
Been a couple of good flying high marks today.
Nice work by Malloy. Used his opponent as a step ladder, and he just got up long enough.
Same spot as Donovan's screamer.
Yes.
Must be an air pocket over there.
Ball in the contest. Van Hadam, big Hoyk out to the back, but the big man, Cam Gillette, the coach, They're equal to the task. Moves that ball inboard, and at centre half back to Skirky. Kicks that ball straight down the middle up towards half forward at 2-on-1. Cowlishaw couldn't hold the mark. He was under a lot of pressure. Killian there has support from Anderson. He goes in for a dinky kick up towards half forward, and a good mark taken by Hayhurst. Wastes no time. Sends the ball homeward from 50, 2-on-1, and a good mark taken there by Heinsohn. Right in the 10-metre square, Greg Heinsohn, the skipper. He'll be keen to see the boys get in front there and hold the cup up at the end of the day. But we're still talking 45 minutes away yet, so we'll come to it later on as the ball comes up towards a wing position. The Basin on the charge. Nice kick in. Mitchell, the target, wasn't in the best spot. Two Waverley Blues players leading in the race for the ball. They've got time to steady up. Kick up towards Jason Rowe, holds a mark at half back. Kick up towards the wing position. Malloy couldn't hold the mark. A lot of pressure with him from Anderson. He pushed the ball in, holding the ball.
The umpires love this little fella. He's always in and under, and gets another free kick.
Ball comes up towards the centre wing position. Donovan there, Sleverson. He's a long way from home. Kicks that ball out towards half forward for Topless. Beautiful diving mark. Gets the ball moving up towards the half forward flank. Daniel Lewis is a target, and he's got the ball about 40 metres from home. Right up near the boundary line, out of sight here at East Burwood Reserve.
Yeah, great slips catch there. Should join the Australian side, I reckon, the way we're going at the moment.
Doing better than a lot of them. 13 points of difference. We're just on time on in this third term, so no doubt this goal is very much needed to get back in the single-figure margin. Lewis's left foot shot on goal. Fist pump behind the goals.
Pretty happy behind the goals.
That two-fingered salute goes up as the Waverley Blues move on to 9-4-58. They're just 7 points behind the Basin. 9-11-65. 20 minutes in his final third term. The final match of the season for Division 4.
Yeah, similar thing to what happened last week against Whitehorse. They've kicked 3 goals to 1 in this quarter, and I think that if they can just keep it close, and then when the last quarter comes, like it happened last week, they kicked 13 out of the last 14 goals, so they will keep coming. Don't worry about that.
They'll have the legs. I'll tell you what, Anderson, he did well back there on the wing, but then he just made the wrong mistake going into the corridor and turned it over. And Slevenson, well done to come up the field and get that kick. But now the Basin going forward, and Mitchell one-handed, couldn't take it. Now it comes over. James trying to get a little handball out. Blues desperate in there, and well done, they wrapped it up.
Yeah, good hard footy there from the guys.
And the Blues back line in this third quarter has been fantastic, led by Greg Heinsohn.
Might be an understatement, but the Waverley Blues would not want to see a goal come out of this because of the fact that
they've got a free kick here.
It's 7 points at the moment, and a goal now. They've got to actually get 2 to get that back at this stage of the match.
Well, the free kick to Van Hatten, so there'll be no goal there as Heinsohn just comes over the top, uses his teammate in Watts. Watts kick up into the centre corridor and finding Lewis, who's also having a good third quarter for the Blues. Generally a good game.
Oh, the captain Hines across the back line's been excellent this quarter. He's really held them together very well. A couple of good marks.
And kick, not a good one. It was chopped off. And this one's chopped off too. Hayhurst will go for a run, take a bounce. Spotted someone out the corner of his eye. It was Killen.
Shocking kick, but he got the target.
Now Killen, his kick into Heinsohn. Cowlishaw provides a contest. Killen goes again. Ball's on the deck. Great desperate football from both sides. Here comes Watts. He breaks away. Takes a bounce. Kicks in towards centre half forward. Up they go. Great contest. Is anyone down? Yes. Haslam is. Basin away. Skirk dropped what he should have taken. Now Malloy's got it. Daniel Malloy puts them back in. Big fly of players. Players at the back. Lewis, no, sliding in 1 point. Goal the difference. Waverley Blues 9-5-59. Trailing the Basin 9-11-65. 22 minutes played in this third quarter.
Had some great football in the last 3 minutes. It's been desperate. It's been frantic. Not so much skill error, but just through the fact that the stakes are high. We're within a goal now that everything looks like a mistake if it's not latched upon. But no, this is going to be a crucial time on period. Anyone get away?
Oh, bad kicking.
And the kick out towards Daniel Malloy. That could be a turning point. As Daniel Malloy, he's had a reasonable game. He's really come to the fore in this third term, and he has a chance, a crunch goal. This will square it up if he can kick truly. Malloy from 50 metres. It's holding a big punch over the top, and it's through 4-1 behind. So now we're within a goal, and it's 5 points the difference as Waverley Blues 9-6-60 there, 5 points behind the Basin 9-11-65. 23.5 minutes in this third term.
Yeah, just noticed that John Heinsohn has come from the ground, had a blood nose, so they'll be very keen to get him back out there. He's had a great day today, and also been good in this quarter.
Anderson onto Donovan. They've been tightened up in this first quarter. Goes towards James. Wonderful fist away. Still pushing forward the Basin. Now they're a Cook. He'll be tackled. Holding the ball. Magnificent tackle.
And he wasn't happy with it.
Going on with it. That was William Casey who made that tackle. Now the Blues. Running players. Using Watts. And a great mark taken by Tiley onto Swainston. Look at the setup. The Slevenson for Topoulos. Ground level. Gets around his opponent. Gets around another. Snap it. Goal!
Oh, what a great goal.
For Topoulos. Miraculous goal to give the Blues the lead at the 24-minute mark of the grand final. I told you he was a soccer player. Have a look at that. 66 plays 65.
Be pretty happy with that, even as a soccer player. Even make Dacos pretty happy the way he kicked that goal, I think.
Yeah, the crowd around the ground, they are unbelievable. It sounds like the last quarter. We're in the time-on period of the third term, and it's Beaver pitch here at East Burwood Reserve. 1 point the difference. The Waverley Blues hit the front for the first time in a long time, 10-6. The Basin 9-11, 25 minutes in this third term. Umpire Cameron puts the ball down. Waverley Blues get another takeaway, a crucial one. Paul Savage kicks the ball up towards centre half forward. No mark taken. Umpire calls it touched, and we'll see a ball up right on the arc of the 50-metre.
Yeah, every time that Waverley Blues open the game up today, and especially the third quarter, they've definitely come home and picked 4 goals to 1 this quarter.
Pivotal 4 or 5 minutes here as Lee Cook barges through the pack. He couldn't get the clear possession. Second effort kicks the ball out into open space as the Waverley Blues skirt with the boundary line, and in the end the boundary line wins the contest. 1 point the difference here as we're nearing three-quarter time. You couldn't have it any better than this.
No, I don't think so. I think the Waverley Blues have worked great, and that's been excellent this quarter, and they've got momentum going. I think that there'll be a good last quarter coming up.
The Basin can't let off yet. They've got to fight hard for the next few minutes, regroup a bit, and then come out charging in the last term. So the ball's still on the outer side. Half-forward flank for the Waverley Blues, within sniffing distance of goal. They're 1 point up. The Basin get the ball a takeaway through Gillette. He cuts away through the pack there, but to no advantage, and in the end we'll see a ball up.
Yeah, Gillette's been pretty razor sharp today, hasn't he?
Very good indeed. He's been the glue that's held it back with Dan as well, and every player on the ground. But every player on the ground really putting an effort in here and trying to make things count as the Waverley Blues nearly got the ball away there, and in the end just pressure sees the ball over the line and out of bounds. 27 minutes in this third term. It's the Waverley Blues 66, the Basin 65.
Well, I think everyone knew the Blues were going to come back as Greg Heinsohn sneaks down to the forward line. Can the captain get a late one? He's backing that they'll win the football. Well, he's going to have to get his skates on now because it's gone the other way, and there he goes. Donovan has the football just at half back. Long drop punt, trying to get one for the Basin before the break. They've led for most of the day. Coming through, well done. That was Thomas. Now the handball comes out. Long drop punt. Mitchell can't get the front spot. Well done, Scott Savage.
Great
play on.
Made a big difference since he's gone on to him too.
He's done very well. Here we go. Here's Paul Savage, the Savage boys. They're lifting for the Blues in this third quarter. They've been fantastic as the ball goes over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in.
Three-quarter time can't come soon enough for the Basin. They've just lost all momentum. The Waverley Blues are just penetrating with every time they get the ball. It's gone inside their forward 50 of late.
And I think the crowd was quiet in the middle part of that third quarter because they were waiting for this Blues comeback that has finally come. The Basin tracking over the line, that's Watson, and another boundary throw in.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of a crowd here for Waverley Blues, also with their twos playing today and unfortunately losing the second grand final, but got a lot of support for them, they have.
And a lot of neutral supporters after the second semi upset as well, I think. Really breathes some life into this final. Coming onto the field for the Basin is Wayne Burton. Can he give them some run? As Derek said, at the moment they'll probably be waiting for the break to regroup.
Another free kick to Anderson.
Anderson, he's must have had, what, 10 today at least?
Oh, easy.
Anderson kicks it long, a timely free kick. And at three-quarter time, the Waverley Blues are leading 10-6-67 over the Basin, 9-11-65.
So the next 30 minutes will define victory or despair for one of these sides, and the other as well, with the Waverley Blues coming into the last quarter of the season holding the barest of advantages, 10-6-66 to the Basin, 9-11-65. And Dean Warren, the old adage, the first goals are most important.
Yeah, very important first goal, especially with the game so close, you know. I can actually see here now Tony's trying to tell the Chargers to get out the way of Slevington and Tiley, let it open for them to get it down as quick as they can.
And the crowd disperses. We're about to get underway for what has been a magnificent game in the last quarter. Who's going to win Division 4? Basin to the right of screen, Waverley Blues to the left. And here we go, Van Hatten up against Cowlishaw. Van Hatten gets the first one, but the Basin get the clearance. Well attacked by Killen. Going to ground, that was Watts. Got a handball out to Heinsohn. Heinsohn, handballed over the top. Now the Blues go forward. Good tackling there. Watt was dispossessed. Handball off again. Now the Blues, long drop punt at goal. Will it come around to Tiley? It stays in. Tiley doing battle against Watson. And boundary line goes at beats the boys.
That breeze has kicked up a little bit, you know, it's probably a goal breeze in it, and had just turned up a little bit there for Tiley.
Ball now in the forward pocket. Ball working his way out for the Basin's advantage. Ball just won't sit up for anyone. Nenny and the Basin are able to get the ball away at centre half back through Mark Thomas. A long kick up towards centre half forward. One out contest. No mark taken. Bustling in the bottom of the pack there, the Basin. They are desperate to get the first goal of this final term and get the lead back. Good work there by the big man in Cameron Gillette. Showing leadership from the front. Donovan in the ruck contest there. Big punch by Mark Thomas. Bouncing his way into the forward pocket. Gillette there. And he's got some support from his teammate in Wayne Burton, but the boundary line will be the winner of this contest. And we'll see a throw in at the 1.5 minute mark.
Yeah, expect the ball to go from one end to the other pretty quick this quarter, I'd say.
Gillette's up forward, wants to win the game, not defend it. Well, they have to, they're 1 point down.
This ball, no doubt, will seesaw between both ends of the ground until someone pulls the momentum out of the hat. Working around the backside of the defensive line. Chance now for Jason Rowe. Kicks the ball out towards the outer side for Topless. Nudged away from it by Oxley. Oxley's in the van as he kicks the ball up towards the wing. There's no one out there for him. Paul Savage now with the ball. Turns the ball up towards the half-forward flank. Troy Swainson kicks long into the pocket and Topless takes a mark. Teammates call for it inboard. He's going to try and take him on. Nearly loses out. Umpire says, you got tripped, son. And a chance now for Nick Topless to put his second on the board for the afternoon from the forward pocket.
I don't think he'll try that move again.
Well, he kicked that classic goal in the third quarter that put him in front. Now can he put him even further?
So from the forward pocket for Topless, puts everything into it. It's into the goal square. Tiley, yes, the umpire says it's a mark. Some of the Basin players looking on in disbelief or disappointment.
What do you reckon, number 44, the blood rule, John Heinsohn?
Yes. Yes, it is, yes.
So well done, John. He's already had a couple of stats in this first quarter.
Final quarter.
Fourth quarter, yeah. First couple of minutes.
So Tiley in the pocket. He's kicked one in the first quarter, that's it. Swings onto the left boot. Teammates are loving it.
They're pretty happy with
the merry jig, and with justification, because the Waverley Blues now, they open out a lead of 7 points. They're 11-6-72, and they lead the Basin 9-11-65 at the 3.5 minute mark of this final term.
Yeah, I think now definitely next centre clearance, next goal, vital. If Waverley Blues definitely get the next goal, they'll win it by 6 goals. If they don't, they need to keep it in and close to Basin, and let's just see what happens.
They need a counter-attack, don't they?
Basin all in front of them now. As Derek Mott said, they must counter-attack and straight away. There's plenty of time left to go in this last quarter as we reach the 4 minute mark. Cowley short, Van Hatten wins the tap, gets it going his team's way. Watt had a good start to the quarter. Malloy has it, Daniel spinning around, using Heinsohn. John kicks out and onto the hands of Swainston. Swainston from the wing. Goes out long, Sleverson can't take the mark. Fotopoulos, good roving, kicking out. Excellent effort there, but not taken by Thomas. Basin, they have a player dancing around. Could be trouble here. If it doesn't sit for him, he paddles it forward. And again, handballed it up. Here's a chance for the Blues. Left foot snap across the body. And waiting for the goal umpire. I think he's kicked at the Blues by 13. The Waverley Blues are coming. And Tony Sincotta doesn't get excited.
I think he was pretty happy with that, though. Turn around to the troops and pretty happy with that.
Just a little fist. A long way to go. Wonderful goal.
Yeah, you look back now, the Basin probably only kicked 1 goal in the last quarter and a half, guys, I think, and it's really a telling factor of how many missed opportunities they had in that second and third quarter.
Well, we talked about it that it might hurt them, and it looks like it has, Dean.
Yeah, definitely.
So now the Waverley Blues are starting to take control of this game. It's starting to slip away from the Bears' grasp there. There's a great goal from Glenn Marnie, puts the 13-point lead up. And the Waverley Blues have got momentum again. It's just looking ominous now as Willie Donovan defies and tries to buck the trend. But he's only gone as far as Travis Marnie gets the ball over towards the half-forward flank. Paul Savage steers the ball inboard. Sleverson!
Great stuff.
You can't stop it. It's like a Mack truck now. It's going to mow you down if you don't stop it.
Yeah, no, Paul Sleverson. Sorry, no. Who was that? That was Savage, sorry. Paul Savage. Yeah, no, he's had a great game. Yeah, he's done everything possible what his coach would have liked him to do, and hit Sleverson straight on the tip. That was great.
And in the first half when things weren't going his team's way, more importantly.
Yep.
5 goals, 1 to Sleverson. This will be another nail in the coffin from the pocket.
He's happy with that.
They're looking very happy behind the goals, and there's another one for the Blues. They're really stealing away now.
Tony's
13 goals, 678 to the Basin 9-11-65. And that is goal number 6 to Andrew Sleverson. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 in the final.
Yeah, he's a very consistent player, and that's just why you can see why he's kicked over 100 goals, you know. Very good player. 101
goals for a season, and it's not a season, it's 14 games. Andrew Sleverson, take a bow, and the rest of the Waverley Blues blokes were getting it down to him. But it's not finished yet, there's time. Mitchell's been thrown into the ruck. Nothing left to lose now. Up they go. Contest coming through, though. Good contest from the Blues. Can they win it forward? They can. Glenn Marnie going back, couldn't take the mark. Very well attacked by Cook. Wasn't happy with the attention.
Well, they need 4 goals in about 22 minutes, and this is probably one of the pivotal points now. You see that in that situation, Lee Cook went for the man. He should have worried about getting the ball and getting it moving.
Cook kicks out and finds Watson. Watson on half-back flank.
Yeah, the Basin definitely have to make some play now. They've stopped a fair bit since, you know, as Lachlan said after half-time, they come out very dead after half-time, and it's still showing that at the moment.
And Waverley Blues player coming off. It's Glenn Marnie. Can have a chat to Tony Sincotta on the boundary line. Kick go forward. Good mark taken for the Blues. In defence in the back pocket. Steadying up. Been great in the second half. Kicks out towards Watts. Doesn't get it to him. Marnie goes back out in the ground. He's got the instructions.
It's the shortest 25-metre penalty stint on the bench I've ever seen.
Yeah, as I said, when it gets close, I said it very early in the game. I don't think you take his best players off the ground.
It's hard at that stage, isn't it? Blind turning. That was Donovan trying to come through. Free kick to the Basin. Players down.
The Basin just need to put a bit of the toughness on the ball instead of going the man at the minute.
This is one of those points now. It's got to be, I'm going to stand up and do it for my boys.
All of a sudden,
situation for the Basin.
All of a sudden, it's 19 points. So they've got to get the next goal.
Just shows a bit of character, you know, Waverley Blues come back like they have, and that's just what the Basin have to do now.
Long drop punt. Top of the square, can they get a mark? They can't. Van Haddam called by Dean Warren. Big Roddy on the last line. Waverley Blues 84, leading the Basin 65.
They've just got all the run here as the Waverley Blues looking for a man out wide. He'd have shot many of his teammates who are further upfield. Troy Swainson there in a bit of 1-2 with the teammate. The Basin have to get the ball moving down their end of the ground. Rocket Rod Mitchell right up on the wing, trying to spur the boys on, but it's not working at the moment.
Actually, he was going that wide, guys. I thought he was trying to kick to us. So.
19 points of difference. The Waverley Blues lead at the 9 3/4 minute mark of this final term. Ball comes back into play under greying skies here at East Burwood Reserve. Big kick out of the contest. Up towards half forward. Bo Rollick takes a mark. 60 out from goal. Kicks the ball. It's a mongrel in towards centre half forward. And it's been chopped off. And the Basin have no option. They've got to go sideways to Lee Cook. Almost conceding ground here on the defensive half of the ground, up towards the wing. This is where the breakdown occurs. The Waverley Blues have got it, and there's a chance to stream on down. There's no opposition play within Curry. Up towards half forward, and a good mark taken there by Mark Commons. And the player from the Waverley Blues overshooting the mark, trying to tackle the player for topless there, and another 25-metre penalty. I think the old 25-metre and off you come rule might be rescinded now at the moment.
Yes.
By Tony Sincotta. I don't think is really a factor anymore as the ball comes up towards the attacking side of the wing. Gillette takes a mark, and he is looking for something. Give me something, he shouts out as he kicks the ball up towards the full forward zone. Running around, shooting a goal there is Mark Thomas. Is this a chance? Are they over yet? Are they going to make a comeback? Here's a good chance as the Basin move on to 10-11-71. They're only 13 points behind the Waverley Blues, 13-6-84. But Dean Warren, they have to get momentum back.
Yeah, definitely. I think that really in the next 5 minutes they have to kick another 1 or 2 goals. Otherwise it starts to slip away with as the minutes go on later in the quarter and stuff. It's very vital to get a couple of goals at the start of the quarter.
True, we've gone to the 11.5-minute mark as Thomas keeps this game alive with a nice roving snap. And how important all the centre contests now for the rest of the quarter. Because that's the quick way home, straight out of the middle. Mitchell up in the ruck, Van Haddam, done well all day, doesn't get this one. Coming through is James, and we're going to do it again. Slight advantage to Basin in the centre square.
I think both benches and the coaches nails it down a fair bit at the moment.
And there we go. Handball over the top, Gillen. Well tackled was Skirk. No, fell into his back. Waverley Blues supporters not happy with it. And umpire Gall right on the spot.
Can't die wondering here. Bradley Skirk has to do. He can't think, he can't wish, he has to do.
Are you Alan Jean supporter?
No, that's John Kennedy, but
sorry.
I just changed his adage a little.
Icon. There we go. And here we go. Skirk from a long way out. Played well today. It's going off to the left. They need to mark the Basin or a rover. Either will do. Still alive. On hands and knees. Heinsohn, a little handball out. A small kick dribbling along the ground. Here's a chance for Hayhurst. He overran it. So did Skirk.
Oh, well done.
Very well done. Lewis spinning out of trouble. Still the Basin. They can go back now. Player chopped it over the top. That was Watson. Skirk just kept it alive. Then he fell over. Handball was chopped off by Glenn Marnie. Along the deck, Rawlick. Lewis doing the Peter Wilson. like a cork in the ocean on the wing. Mitchell picked it up. Good head from Cook, used Killen
Centre
on
forward.
the wing. And they're away the Basin.
Kick by Killian goes up towards the half-forward flank. He had better options in the centre half-forward area, but the ball now inside 50 just, but they've lost possession of the ball. And the free kick for pushing the back will go the way of the Blues. And they're going to slow down the tempo a little bit here.
Yeah,
Games in their taking.
Yeah, Waverley Blues pushing back well there into defence to just to give a bit of a chop out. And how they go now.
Van Haddam there took the mark with milliseconds to spare, and they're able to take the ball up on the outer side of the ground, doing it almost with consummate ease. Just drifting the ball up with numbers up towards the goal area. Sleverson, he's out muscled. Good mark taken by Lee Cook. He's looking for something. There's nothing on offer. He decides to go for the outer side of the ground under a bit of pressure from the player in Paul Savage there. The Bears are able to mop up, and they've got some chance to get the ball moving up. Mitchell on the defensive side of the outer wing goes for a bit of a run. Runs about 30 in the end with a bounce on the way. Kicks the ball up inside 50. No one can hold the ball. Charging through is Gillette. He's got to do something. But the umpire says, no, I'll take it. A ball up will result. And we're now 14 and 3/4 minutes in, so about halfway through this final term. The Basin need to gain momentum and kick 2 goals just to get within a point, and it's not looking good now for the Bears. Kick up towards the half-forward line. No one can get the ball. Sling as a kick away there from Commons. But they've got some buttering up there. Nearly a mark there for Matthew James, but it's been knocked out of his hands and over the line and out of bounds on the wing.
Well, it's been a great contest and still alive.
Ball comes out. Desperate kick out of the contest there by Cowlishaw. Couldn't get the ball away. And in the end, we'll see a ball up. 15 and a half minutes in this final term. It's the Waverley Blues 84, seemingly looking to go straight back up to Division 3 next year. They lead the Basin 71, margin 13 points.
And the Blues backtracking. Good tackle by Donovan. Now here's a chance for the Blues. Again, they go through Malloy. It's Daniel. Daniel Malloy slowing things down the half-back line. Kick up towards Rawley. He went high, no free kick. Gillette won it. Was very well tackled. Heinz has not letting him out of his sight. Gee, excellent effort coming through for the Basin. That was Haslam. Up towards centre half forward contest. Scott Savage on the deck. Keeps it in there, plays it safe.
Yeah, it's the way you expect a grand final to be, nice and hard and tough. You know, these two sides have been excellent this year. You've got the Basin, who played in the grand final last year. You've got Waverley Blues coming down from 3rd Division, so both looking forward to going back up to 3rd Division. Definitely.
The Blues have rebuilt their club rooms and rebuilt their list, and they might be back up there, but they're not home yet. John Heinsohn kicks towards the boundary line. Foot race. It's Travis Marnie and Donovan. The boundary line beats both of them.
It's very iffy, isn't it? It has to be.
Well,
it's been given as deliberate. It's gone backwards. Big fly at the back of the pack. No one could take the mark. The Waverley Blues, the last chance to hold firm there. Matthew Watts, they've got to make it a surety. As they got some support, David Taylor goes out wide. Ball just won't set up for his teammate further afield. That's Daniel Lewis. Gets a kick in towards the half-forward flank. Ball stops, props. Great work. Under a whole lot of pressure there was Lee Haslam. Play on to go. Up towards the Sleverson direction. He can't get the Magician gets a handball out. Glenn Marnie, left foot in from the pocket. No one can there. No, it's home.
No, he hasn't. Just gave a free kick upfield.
And that's crucial.
It's a very soft free kick, actually. At a vital stage of the game when there's 13 points in it, it's just disappointing to see that.
So Tiley, this is about all over now if he puts this one through, and there's a Monty. He's put it through for a goal, and the Waverley Blues are now 19 points clear, and they're cruising towards victory here, 2 minutes away from time on. They're 14-6-90. They hold a 19-point advantage over the Basin, 10-11-71.
Yeah, just with that, guys, How do you feel about your tip at the start of the day now?
Well,
You've got us there, Dean. You've got us there. Waverley Blues came back very well, and all credit to them, and really taking it well in the second half.
We're the only 2 out of 14 people to go for the Basin, and, well...
There's another one, but his tip didn't get in there, so I'll let him off.
So now we see the ball in the contest. Van Haddam, he waits for the ball to come down before he punches it clear. He's had a good day. And we'll see another ball up.
Yeah, in the clinches, good hard game. You actually see the best side actually win the game. And, you know, from the way it's been this year, Waverley Blues have been the best side all year.
Time clock ticks over towards 19 minutes. Lewis leads in the race of the ball. He puts the ball further afield. One-on-one contest. Good run there. Kick in the air by Watson. That has just gone the 15 metres. Good effort. No mark. Didn't hold on it long enough. Matty Watts. Now a chance further afield for Skirky. He's wrapped up like a Christmas gift. Charging in's Rocket Rod Mitchell. He couldn't get it away to a teammate. It's gone the other way. And now Daniel Lewis, 60 metres out from goal, puts the ball homewards. Big punch clear by Mark Commons in towards the boundary line. Has stayed in play. Good handball inboard. Over towards Troy Swainston. Through for one behind as the suspense is just permeating around the Basin here, the East Burwood reserve. 14-7-91 as Luke Anderson comes off for the Basin. So Waverley Blues 14-7-91 leading the Basin by 20, 10-11-71.
Yeah, it looks like he's rolled his ankle, Luke.
Well, and if you wondered if you think the Waverley Blues are home, you should have seen their players' reaction when Swainston missed that one. They know there's a bit of time left yet. Up they go. Here's the contest. Centre half forward, handball comes out. Donovan from the wing. Trying to get something going forward, but they're going back up into Division 3 within a season. A very good effort, the Waverley Blues. They lead by 20 points.
And the Bears need 4 goals in 8 minutes, so it's just not possible at the moment.
No.
No, I don't think so. As we said a lot earlier, you look at the scoring shots, 21 guys.
Well, yeah, that's
crucial misses.
We said at the time that they were going to regret it. And Dean, you were spot on. Trying to pay some accolades, and the 2 that I want to quickly give to is Tony Sincotta and Greg Heinsohn. Stood with the club when went for a very hard time last year, and obviously was relegated into the 4th Division, and they deserve everything they've got now as they go back up. Well done. And the little goal sneak looking up, a very proud man, Nick Fotopoulos from the boundary line, kicking the classic goal in the 3rd and another one in the 4th.
Oh, great mark, Scott Savage. He's done a great job since he's gone to full back.
He has, and stopped Mitchell, who was looking super dangerous. Anyone put him in the votes? Don't think so.
No.
Rocket Rod?
No, he's been excellent.
No.
But then again, look at the tips from Derek Mott and myself, which was always be kind to your mum. That's what Dean was talking about before. Savage playing a magnificent game. Out to the wing he goes, and the Blues are away.
And the Blues have got the ball on the wing position. The last little embers of the Basin's premiership chances have just been snuffed out. No chance from here, and the ball will be bounced on the attacking side of the centre square here at East Burwood for the Waverley Blues side. No one gets a knockout. Ball hits terra firma. Doesn't want to go too much further than that. Big speculating handball out. Foot race ensures it's 4 on 1. 3 on. Yes, and the ball goes over the line now to bounds. No one really keen to go after that ball and get it. Daniel Lewis just says go over the ball. Go over the line, young man.
Yeah, it just looks like they're shot now. I just think that they know that it's all over. It's about 22-minute mark or something like that in the last quarter. And, you know, if you needed a goal, this is definitely the time to do it now.
Boundary umpire puts Tommy back into play. Big knockout over the top by Troy Swainston. Charging through the Basin, won't give up. Kick on towards the half-forward zone. The target up there. Big Calishaw decides to go on with it. It's live or die. And he's lost out there and holding the ball. And a desperate kick after the abandon towards the pack has resulted in the 25-metre. It's all for now because it means very little.
I think the big fella then, he knew that the time's ticking down, so he tried to take off straight away. Didn't realise there wasn't anyone there to shepherd him off.
Better watch out. This could be another 25. They're just wasting time here. So easy as you like. They'll play the short, easy safety game. Oh, there's a
very
bit
high
of attention shown on Jason Rowe. Not necessary at all in Hayhurst. Umpire calls the ball back. He's called time off. Bit of ill discipline.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with that. His nickname is Ed, and I think he hit him in it. So,
but frustration.
Definite free kick there. Definite free kick.
But I don't think the Waverley Blues are too fussed now. They're just happy to see time tick over. Another 4 or 5 minutes. Siren will ring out. And they'll be premiers for sure. Kick up towards the forward line has been chopped off. Lee Cook done well along the back half today. And he kicks towards the outer side.
Oh, he's taken another one. Same spot.
And Donovan, he's along with a cramp.
Definitely an air pocket out there.
Yeah, it's not the time to cramp up when you've got about 4 or 5 minutes left and you're 20 points down.
No. Straight down the corridor. Let's go.
He gets the ball moving. Donovan goes straight down in towards the ground as the ball goes up towards half forward. It's been chopped off. Just never been able to penetrate that the inside 50 arc, have they, the Basin, in this final term. They've kicked 2 goals, 1 since half time, and the Waverley Blues have kicked 8 goals, 4. Just tells the story. The play just drifts around the wing area. The Basin now push the ball up towards the forward line. Cowlishaw the target, and he's been outpointed in front of that contest. Ironical cheers as Hayhurst comes off the ground, but the Waverley Blues working the ball around towards the back line. They've got numbers. They're just finessing now. They can afford to do so. Doesn't count. Lee Cook, a push out, not inside 5. And the free kick will go the way of the Waverley Blues, much to Cook's displeasure.
Just moments before, Tony Sincotta turned to someone in the crowd and gave them the Leighton Hewitt fist. We're home, and now he puts his arm around his team manager.
Well, this is about the only time in the season where a coach can actually relax and enjoy the moment, because there is a gap between the sides and there's no problem at all. Mitchell in the back line, kicks a ball out wide. Donovan with the mark, recovered from the cramp, up towards the wing position. Good effort and a mark taken there by Mark Thomas. Gets the hands off and moving, up towards Stephen Thomas. Right footer up towards the goal mouth area, and a good fullback mark taken there by Andrew Cowlishaw.
Just after Donovan got rid of that ball, he's cramped up again. He's down in the back line, he's cramped again, so that's unfortunate.
There's a chance now for Andrew Cowlishaw. Has just kicked the one behind for the afternoon. Chance to put one on the board. From about 25 metres out with the right footer.
He's kicked it.
Gone through.
Yeah, he's kicked it.
And it's only a consolation goal now. It brings them within 14 points. And there'd have to be plenty of time on for them to get back in the contest with the Rampage. The Basin 11-11-77. They're 14 points behind the Waverley Blues. 14-7-91. Nearly 27 minutes in his final term.
Yeah, I think one of the guys who probably a bit stiff not to get a vote is big Rod Van Hatten. I think he's been excellent today. First use of the ball, drifting into the back line, taking a few talent marks when it can in that third quarter. And, give him some recognition for the game.
Yes, I agree. He's won most of the contests in the ruck, hasn't he? And as you say, taking some marks, Rod Van Hatten's done very well. And what a pickup he was at the start of the season. Up they go again, and well, you could almost give that one to Rod Van Hatten again. He's against Mitchell. The clearance comes from Skirk, and mark taken from Donovan, and handball off to Thomas. He's kicking long to the forward line. Here's a chance now for Cowlishaw. Going backwards. Handball, that was from Burden. Now a snap at the goal, hits the posts.
Jared Ball.
13 points, Jared Ball.
Yeah, when it comes to a grand final, doesn't matter if you win by 1 point or 20 goals.
Oh, no. You
still means the same thing, doesn't it? You go up.
13 points the difference at the 28-minute mark.
We'll stay here.
The umpires called the ball back. There was no
as Garrett Kitchington gets ready to go on the ground, one of the young stars for the Waverley Blues Football Club, and this is where they'll build their future down at Fleet Street, players like him.
So ready to kick the ball out. It's just time being wasted here. As in the end, Heinsohn kicks the ball out from full back. Some good work though for Mark Thomas. He cuts it off and takes the mark about 50 metres from home. It's all for acceptance though, as the ball comes up and a good mark taken. Too little too late though, unfortunately for the Bears.
Yeah, a few consolation goals at the end should make the scores look a lot better than what they should be. So yeah, it's good effort by the Basin to come back in the last 5 minutes.
Shot at goals through, and never say die. It's only 7 points now, and 2 quick goals on the charge. You never know, but it looks like they've run their race as the Basin move on to 12-12-84. The Waverley Blues 14-7-91. That margin 7 points.
Yeah, you'd think at best probably only 2 minutes to go. Very hard to see him trying to kick another 2 goals in the next 2 minutes.
Well, I do agree, and I also agree, Dean, that it's good at the score, but we know that they've dominated the second half, but you know, the Basin dominated the first half to an extent, so this is good.
See, Tony Sincotta's just changed tack completely. He's got the arms waving and fist pumping. He's getting them all, getting back on track.
Yeah, he wants them all to go back to the back line, flood the back line much as he can, keep that lead.
This game was dead 5 minutes ago, and now, even though it is nearly 30 minutes gone, it's still a chance.
I think his blood's pumping a little bit more now than what it was a couple of minutes ago.
No, at the least, the Basin could kick it behind from a play real quickly and then counter-attack with a goal. And then we're talking extra time, would you believe?
Skirk went without it. Little push out, that was important, but not as important as this foot race.
Yeah.
Kicks it out along the ground again. Will it sit for him?
Oh.
Did it go over?
Yes, it did. Daniel Lewis.
But unfortunately,
his heart must be in his mouth now after that.
I don't think even the Basin think they're a chance now. They've come back to life. I think some of the players that stopped. That's a lovely long drop punt. Centre half forward Van Haddam goes over the top. John Heinsohn coming through, but his handball's chopped off. Kicked forward, Greg Heinsohn. Well, they are the lifeblood, and how fitting that the ball ends up in the arm of Greg Heinsohn. In the final moments, the premiership's going to Fleet Street. Tony Sincotta celebrates with his assistant coach, Gavin Kay, and they have won it by 7 points. Waverley Blues 14-7-91 over the Basin 12-12-84. Division 4 2005 Grand Final, and what a great Grand Final it was, everything we asked for.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you will agree we have seen one of the great Division 4 Grand Finals today, with the Blues victorious 14-7-91, 7-point victories over the Basin, 12-12-84 in Premier 2005. Well, we welcome up on stage Jim Walker to make the presentations, along with Bruce Peake from the EFL board. The first medal to present is the best on ground in the Division 4 Grand Final, the Frank Bibby medalist, and today's winner from the Waverley Blues, Rod Van Haddam. Time now for the Grand Final medal presentations, and we start off with number 1, Daniel Lewis. Number 2, David Taylor. Number 5, John Heinsohn. Number 10, Paul Savage. Number 11, Jason Rowe. Number 12, Ryan Tiley. Number 16, Will Casey. Number 18, Nick Faulkner. Number 19 in this season's Division 4 Trophy Town leading goal kicker, Andrew Sleverson. Number 20, Travis Marnie. Number 21, Glenn Marnie. Number 22, Daniel Malloy. Number 28, Corey Nahez. Number 29, Scott Savage. Welcome back up on the podium, number 31 and the best on ground, Rod Van Hattem. Number 33, Troy Swainston. Number 37, Bo Rawlick. Number 39, Garrett Kitchington. Number 47, Matthew Watts. Number 56, Nick Fotopoulos. The runner, Peter Beams. The trainer, Warren Smith. The selector, Peter Marnie. Assistant coach, Gavin Kay. And team manager, Janet Heinsohn. Would you please now welcome up onto the podium the captain of the Waverley Blues Premiership side, number 6, Greg Heinsohn. And to join him up on the podium, the Premiership coach, Tony Sincotta. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please put your hands together for the 2005 EFL Division 4 Senior Premiers, the Waverley Blues. We'll now get the Premiership coach, Tony Sincotta, to say a few words.
Hammer time!
Okay. Come on. Okay. I'd just like to say a couple of words. To the Basin, a fantastic club. I'd like to say congratulations on a great effort this year, but I know it's commiserations. Listen, any other year, you'd probably be here on the dais with us. But you played against, in my opinion, the best 4th Division club that has played. Any other year, it may have been your turn. To my boys, you've been fantastic. You've always done what I asked. In moments when we're down, you've always lifted, and today was no example. True courage, true determination. I need to thank the EFL for the fantastic competition that they have running here and a great effort during the final series. Thank you very much. To the East Burwood Football Club, I'd love to thank them for their facilities. What greater experience can my boys have than playing on a 1st Division ground? I need to thank the umpires and congratulate them on getting it to the grand final. I also need to mention a few people and congratulate my club. This club doesn't run if it doesn't have people like the Heinzens, the Wisemans, the Smiths, supporters and members. These people are the unknowns, and they're the ones that keep the club running. Listen, I also need to thank our president for all his hard work and commitment, and to our sponsors. I need to thank all my assistances. I've got to do this because they're worth it. I need to thank the trainers for all their work, not only on match day, but at training. I want to thank all my assistant coaches in Dutchie. Thanks very much, Dutchie, for what you brought to the club. My 2 assistant coaches, my left and right hand man, Gavin Kane and Pete Marnie, and my 2 statisticians. Also my 2 pre-season coaches in Beamsy and Jeremy. One more thing, I need to thank my family for all they've done for me, to my wife Joanne for all the support. And she's always there to pick up the pieces whenever I throw the whiteboard from one end of the house to the other. And lastly, I need to thank the Waverley Blues Football Club for giving me the opportunity to coach such a fantastic team, and then also the opportunity in coaching a senior side. And if it wasn't for the club, I wouldn't have been able to do that. But in saying that, in my last game coaching at this club, I'm just glad I was able to get them through and send them packing all the way to 3rd Division. Go Blues! This is for you, Pepe!